Welcome back to the channel, you guys. This is Hard to Engine, and today we're going to be working on my 2020 Nissan Kicks. Bienvenidos al canal. Ahora vamos a estar trabajando en mi 2020 Nissan Kicks. So originally I was going to add a colder intake to the Nissan Kicks, but I ran into many issues, and so far this video is going to show you what I did, and the outcome wasn't so great. So I did got a colder intake from the eBay. I think it was for 2011 Nissan Altima, and somehow the sensor will fit. I knew the sensor was going to fit in that little square simply because I was working also as one of the manufacturing plants for, it's like a third party, so I'm not going to get into it, but I knew when I saw that figure it was going to fit. So I remember back then also K&N had offered a colder intake, a short ram intake, so originally they are called, for the Nissan Kick, but I tried to look for it again and I couldn't find it anymore. So I'm assuming they ran to the same issue as I did. So what it does when you put a colder intake, the tube, the filter, everything is tightened to perfection, everything fixed, everything goes in normally, everything goes fit perfectly, the best you can make it work, and somehow it dies, it malfunctions, it throws so many codes, and you know what, I'm not gonna run to that issue, so I decided to take it off. So originally I didn't want to lose this footage, so I'm showing you what I did. Everything fit well. I had to get it somewhat like my own kit, and everything else was just perfect. It's just the computer is gonna need a tune. I believe that's all it needs, but the amount, the money, the price to get a tune right now, I'm like, I'm just gonna throw a new filter on it for the meantime. Eventually I am gonna add a colder intake, or eventually I'll go supercharged or turbo in the future, but I want to start off light. Like I said, this is gonna be my rally build, and that's why I want to keep it. I want to start in category, the lower category better, and I will build from there, and I will show you the journey throughout the video here on YouTube, what I have done, since nobody's really modifying the Nissan Kicks. It is a 1.6, people say they're slow, but this is really lightweight. So of course, we know the reputation of Nissan with the CVT transmissions, so let's see how long it lasts. But so far I've been so grateful. This transmission, the CVT, has been really pretty good to me, I ain't gonna lie. So so let's see how it handles off-road. And like I said, this is the journey, and let's go. Sorry, I meant to say rally sport, so rallying and everything, just overall. So I'm gonna be upgrading the suspension, pretty much I'm gonna be adding a bigger radiator, full aluminum. I need this thing to be cooled down, and you guys gonna see this journey, but this is what I did so far. And I'll come in here and there to to see what to explain what I did, but doesn't really need so much explanation. So this is where I'm at. $50. Have all this. I'm not gonna use this original one. Have a different one I'm gonna use. So let's get to it. So this is the part I'm going to use. There goes the part number and the brand. I'm going to be using a 3" to 2.5. Let's go. Here too. See, sensor in here. Even though this is for 2007, 2012, or 2011, I'll put the description somewhere on the screen. The sensor fits in here perfectly. Look at that. The hose lines up and everything. So this tube came original with the kit, but this one, I'm just gonna adapt it right here. So we are the inside of my 2020 Nissan Kicks. This is where I currently get miles per gallon, 27.2. That's my average. So adding this new filter should, theoretically, You know, I wish I should get better gas mileage. But let's see, I'm letting it warm up. That's the cold start. So when installing the colder intake, I had so many problems. The car was stalling, misfired, and it died. I don't want you guys to have this problem at all. So I'm gonna stick with the original, intake box. It's been proven this works way better than colder intake or short ram intake, since this is considered short ram intake. So I'm gonna stick with this one. It's gonna help keep out the water, the mud, all the environment. So here's a video of me installing a regular filter, clean filter, and inside the cabin. Enjoy the video. And you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching. And ta-da! So the cover has a few clips, has 1, 2, 3. Those on top, those inside. So it should easily go in, easy. So yeah.